My name is Corinna, and welcome to my kitchen. This recipe was given to me by a neighbor whose mother was a caterer, and she was making these meatballs, and oh my goodness, I had to have the recipe after I tasted them. Oh, they are so delicious. Seriously, these are some of the best Swedish meatballs I've ever had. You can either make them in the crock pot or you can make them in the oven. Our favorite way is to make them in the oven. We serve these over rice, or you can just, you don't even need rice, seriously. You can just eat the meatballs on their own. You can also serve them over mashed potatoes because it makes kind of like a sweet and sour gravy with it too. Oh, they're just scrumptious. Do me a favor, and before we get started, would you please hit that subscribe button below? I would love to have you stick around because I got lots more recipe videos coming out. Okay, let's grab our aprons and let's get started because this recipe could get a little messy. And also, don't forget to grab that recipe down below. Okay, I am actually going to cut this recipe in half because the full recipe makes quite a bit, but down below will be the full recipe. So for the full recipe, you need half a teaspoon of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of chili powder, 3 pounds of ground beef, 1 13-ounce can of evaporated milk, 2 eggs, 1 onion chopped, and 2 cups of oatmeal. And this is for the meatballs. For the sauce, for the full recipe, you will need 4 cups of ketchup, 3 cups of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of liquid smoke, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1 cup of chopped onion. Preheat your oven to 350. Okay, I added the egg. And again, I am only doing half of this recipe, so I added 1 egg. And I'm going to add 1.5 pounds of ground beef. Next, I'm going to add 1 cup of the oatmeal, half of the can of the evaporated milk, half of an onion, a 4th teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1 teaspoon of chili powder. Okay, I'm going to use a 9x13 cake pan, and I sprayed that with cooking spray. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mix up the mixture, and it is very sticky. Now I know Marie's mom would dip her hands in another bowl of water and mix them because they're so sticky. So if that's what you want to do, please feel free to do so. I don't do that. I just wipe mine off with paper towel. So, okay, let's get going on these meatballs. Even if you have to have the meatballs really close and on top of each other, that's perfectly fine. If you do this in a crock pot, you'll have to do that. Definitely have the meatballs kind of on top of each other. Just kind of stagger them in between. That helps. Okay, I'm going to work on filling up this pan, and I will show you before I mix up the sauce. The meatballs are all made, so let's move on to the sauce. Okay, for the sauce, you are going to need, I'm using 2 cups of ketchup, 1.5 cups of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of liquid smoke, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, cup of chopped onion. You're going to mix all of that up together. This is the sauce that you will pour over the meatballs. Okay, you are going to take the sauce and you are going to pour it over the meatballs. You're going to put the meatballs in the oven on 350 for 1 hour.